No, it's TJ. Headache!
Alright, something's wrong. What the hell is going on? Where am I? Hello? Oh shit, okay. Alright, back to script. So if you've been following the weirder side of the internet in the last few months, then you've likely seen this guy at some
your
point
call
or
sign
another.
is Ajax?
He's just your typical, average dad.
Your ballistic shield comes with a gun slot and transforms for extra cover. It's tough as nails. Skill and knowledge are weapons. Master this shit, and your odds go way up. Ajax. Meet your new BFF. First name 9, last name Bang. It's a flash grenade. Blinds and stuns. Lesson number 1. The more you cook the grenade, the more times it goes bang. Now, you see that maggot right there? He needs to be enlightened. Cook to level 1. Yeah, chuck a 9 bang towards the enemy. Here's your recipe. Cook a 9 bang to level 1. Take aim, let her rip. Come on, toss a bang.
Alright, what's up everybody? I'm just randomly playing random Black Ops 4 modes because I have nothing better to do.
Here's your recipe. Cook a 9 bang to level 1. Take aim, let her rip.
At some point or another. He's just your typical.
Man, don't hold the button. Tap it, or I'll tap you. That dirtbag, he's now Mr. Stunned and Blind Dirtbag. A temporary condition. Alright, let's cook a banger to level 3. Okay, they're stunned. Take them out. Good round, man. You're looking sharp. Next, we bounce a banger off the wall. It's good to kill an enemy who's hiding around a corner. He thinks we can't see him hiding back there. Smoke his ass. He saw the light, baby. Go get him. Good news, champ. Next up, ballistic shield. Now get your ass over to the marker. Sometimes you get caught out in the open. Shit happens. When you do, you deploy the shield. No big deal.
Oh my god, please stop!
He isn't your typical average dad. And
The
in
shield's been
actuality,
deployed, but you can still
it's far
dance,
from it.
baby. Shoot from the hip.
Dad
See
is
for
a YouTube
yourself.
channel that's dead set on a mission to become the best YouTuber the universe has seen. On
You are
this channel,
showing big
see a
promise,
plethora
buddy.
of videos
Now
that
mount
showcase
a
his
major
life
melee
versus
masterpiece
combat
on this dipwad.
The thing is, while this all might seem ordinary at first, I just want to go forward and tell you that absolutely nothing is as it seems.
All right, back to cooking class.
Completely creepy
You
or
keep a
disturbing
grenade
web series
cooked
on this
until all
channel.
your guests have arrived.
Please stop! I have a headache!
What the channel lacks in terms of direct, in-your-face
Max,
horror, though,
Becky,
is made up
Max.
considerably with substantial
Max,
mystery.
you okay?
Something is wrong in Dad's life, and his problems are beginning to blend into a perfect world.
You set it, you hold it, and you toss when ready. Just like the Caesar
His
salad.
speech was incredibly rudimentary. Why is this so? And who even is this guy?
DJ.
Alright, so we're going to do some world building here.
All right,
before we
next time you
activate
shoot
that channel.
before he recovers. Too
That
slow.
character is a rendition of a man by the name of Nathan Barnett, largely known for his various roles in
Thunder
television, online
Demon.
shows, and his self-titled YouTube channel.
Out of time
To
here,
this
man.
day,
Shoot him while he's
active
stunned.
in the YouTube atmosphere.
Thunder
The strange thing
Demon.
is that Nathan is well aware of this dad character and constantly tries to get the word out about how it absolutely is not him.
That I've made myself. Anything I like and have been a part of in the music world or dance world, I will be playing. So come and please dance.
You got
with me.
one job to do right now,
in
soldier.
LA.
Get
So
to the objective marker.
I think it will be the greatest dance night I've ever been to. So hopefully it'll be your greatest dance night you've ever been to. Tickets will be in the description. Okay, so now I got to talk about this thing. I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. I don't really even know how to start saying it because it's so insane. I had to send an email out to like every industry person that
All right, he's blind. Go get him.
networks, commercial people.
Now that is a can of whoop
someone
ass.
is
Get to the
impersonating
next marker, man.
I
You
did this
know,
character
this.
called Dad. This is the, I'm trying to make this the short version of this story. I did this character last year. called
Fortify
Dad.
the front of your shield.
Bo4 Random
You get
did
greater
videos for
protection,
Dad.
but it comes at a cost.
I haven't done it in a long
You lose
time.
mobility. Now,
Someone took
fortify a
my
shield
face
and breach
and
that room.
CG'd me or
See?
faked
Snug as a bug in a rug. Carnage on him.
videos
Prevent
now.
damage to your front. Fortify your shield. Come on, get it done.
And I look at the body, and the body's not see, so they're having someone like stand in. It's like funny.
Make the shield into a fort, man. Transform it.
Like when it's like said, or it's like misrepresentation because I don't think that's used. They're gonna
Prevent
make it.
damage
So
to
I'm
your front. Fortify your shield. Come on, get it done.
I need to address this publicly and say anything that comes out.
You are a fucking artist, man.
So if these two channels are separate entities, then how do they cross? A few videos before this one on Barnett's channel,
Bet
there's
your
one
ass.
titled,
Makes a
"Ignore
great
This
room
Video."
breach cover.
In it, we can see Nathan himself talking to the camera and explaining that he's quitting YouTube. Oddly, in the middle of this video, his conversation seems to veer off course until we hear it slightly.
We got more incoming. Set up the meat grinder.
Please, I have a headache!
Watch me.
You may not, why do I have to sound like a little bitch just to fucking...
We got more incoming. Set up the meat grinder.
Channel X is at an all.
See, you just made Max fucking run away from me! Just stop yelling! God! I have a headache and plus I'm recording!
We got more incoming.
Like, come on, I can't stand you guys either!
However, the most prominent one
Jesus fucking Christ, just stop!
We got more incoming. Set up the meat.
Just stop, just stop, just stop, I gotta...
We got more
Stop
incoming.
disrespecting me! You don't understand, people can hear you guys. You're a harmless piece of shit. This is why I don't respect you two, man.
We got more incoming. Set up the meat grinder.
do is fucking argue at each other all the time.
Yeah,
Get a
man,
fucking
kicking
life
ass
and
and
fucking
being
get a
abused
divorce.
for
I'm tired of
losers.
hearing it. You two are grown-ass fucking people. Grown-ass adults. Embarrassing.
Time for a goddamn
Embarrassing.
score streak.
Both of
Hit the
you.
limit without dying, you win. You broke, back to zero and start again. Go.
So, something is undoubtedly good. Nathan claims that his likeness is being used against his will on this cat channel. And Nathan's channel, making his presence known for various comments and even versions of his videos. Before we continue, I want to make a quick note that this series travels fast, and that is everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Bandcamp,
I need my dog back.
Back to zero.
God, I have a fucking headache. But he's fucking helping me, I
Die,
swear.
try, man. So don't fucking die. Back to zero. Go again. Put that shit in the headlock, man. Drag its ass up to the remote control explosive device. Or, like we say in the Corps, fucking RCS. The price of glory starts by hitting shit.
The next 3 videos that we're going to look at are titled Dad is Home, Dad's Dinner, Dad's Family.
You just earned the basic degree in badass. Well fucking done. Alright, now, let's go put this shit to use. Head over to the combat center. You're gonna dig this. Just like old times, pal. Woods out.
For the people! Return to your homes. More, hurry up! Drop your weapons and get on the ground. We will open fire! Hey! Stop! You don't have to... Why the fuck did you do that? Just take this shit! You don't have to do that, man! Are you with us or him? Fuck you! Are you with him? I'm not with you. Piece of shit can't rock with them.
That's all.
Alright, team deathmatch. Do not overthink this, man. Just kill the enemy. Do it fast. You live or die as a team. Watch your buddy 6. We'll be watching yours. Reach the score limit first. Boom!
I have a fucking headache.
Team deathmatch. Upgrade all mercenary assets. They're late. Frag grenade. Blinded him. Bagged him. He's done. Enemy down. That's a kill. We're winning this.
UAV standing by.
Hostile frag grenade.
Flanking Molotov.
Activating barricade.
Blinded him. Tango down. You're in trouble now. That's a kill.
Hellstorm available for tasking. No joy, no joy.
Night.
Attack chopper standing by.
Joker 1-1 on station above. Commencing broadcast. Joker 1-1 platform. They're gone.
Hostiles have us locked.
Joker 1-1 mission midpoint reached. That's a kill.
Assault flag destroyed.
Cheater, cheater, book
Dad shrugs off his preconceptions and eagerly inquires on who she's talking to. After retorting with a simple Griffin, Dad then asks the boyfriend a question. She runs off embarrassed. Dad proceeds to ask her who she's talking to. But something about this exchange just doesn't seem right. Obviously trying to come up with a lie on the spot, Mom claims that she's talking to Diane before hastily running off.
Hostile RCXD spotted.
Sean that Mom is up to something.
always.
But what? In the next episode, Nice Axe, we're introduced to an unnamed character that walks in, chops a piece of wood, and walks off. Could this be who Mom was talking to?
Yeah.
Alright, side note. So now that we've established a baseline for who Dad is, and who his family is, from here on out,
Tackle.
we'll
Establish
progress through the
UAV
rest of the
above.
series in a more traditional analytical style.
In the turn, sensors
By
will capture
video.
your objective.
Your UAV has been destroyed.
So the that follows, titled Kiss. Not much happens besides Dad reminiscing about Cheryl. The only most significant part of this one falls in the dialogue about their age. Dad claims that it seems like they've been together for 5 eons, like it's no big deal.
Don't get complacent. Finish the mission.
Before a shadow with a weapon pops out, leaving Dad dead.
Crash early.
The next upload, titled Mom Vacuums, is extremely significant, and we'll see why later. Mom is seen in the opening shot, vacuuming the floors, before she stumbles upon a magazine. A Dad magazine, to be exact.
Pushing! On me!
After opening it, she becomes absolutely enraged at what's in
We're
it.
short on time.
Doing her
Fight like you mean it.
intensely before dropping the vacuum cleaner entirely. Strangely, this doesn't stop her, and she continues with the motion, almost like a much passion. Up next is family dinner. Here, Dad can be seen with the family eating dinner at the table. But
9 bang out.
Mom is not confused.
AO pacified. Government forces take the win.
Yes, give them the range. Thanks, Mom.
Enemy down. That's a kill.
Clearly, whatever it was that was in that magazine was extremely inappropriate. Poor Dad, though, almost seems like he was completely off guard. Why would Dad look at this?
It is out of your hands now.
Magazine?
We
Also, we get yet another
will
mention
take
of
care
this
of it.
living guy.
No!
Where is
I
he?
will take care of this.
Let's move on.
She's my problem.
It's too late! Remember,
Dad,
you came to us.
Just try
you
it.
know why? Dad's big bad.
What about my uploads? How will I become the #1 YouTuber? What about my special upload?
Don't ask me. It's not up to me. You can upload again when you reach 5,000 subscribers.
Yeah, if that ever happens.
Well, maybe you should have thought of that before, Tom. Oh, look at that. It's already on.
So, and Dad is offline. It looks like Mom is really beginning to run with her blackmail sentiments with Dad. She claims that she's shutting down the server. But what server is that exactly? The strange part about this is that she claims that it's not up to her, and that Dad can only upload again once he has 5,000 subscribers. Why would she hold him to such a bizarre request? It almost seems like she has some sort of stake in this sub-requirement. The next upload, Fantasy Story, opens up with the family all gathered and ready to go to the park. Weirdly, Dad seems to be cognitively absent up until the red orb pops in to wake him up. Immediately after being activated by the orb, Dad inquires on the book that Mom's holding, and she responds by saying it's just a fantasy story.
Just a little fantasy story.
What makes a home? A roof over your head? Or food on the table? For some of us, putting food on the table.
Seems odd, doesn't it? Mom was so passionate and angry at Dad because of that magazine she found, but at the same time can be seen walking around, thinking she's home alone with neighbor's log. Something's up here. This doesn't seem right.
Hey, Dad, how are you?
Hey, neighbor. Dad doesn't feel great.
How's that?
Mom's upset with Dad.
What did you do?
Dad didn't do anything. She found a magazine and made her upset, but it's not mine.
You sure it's not yours?
Yes. Dad's never even seen it. I don't know. Dad didn't do anything. She found a magazine and made her upset, but it's not mine.
You sure it's not yours?
Yes. Dad's never even seen it. I don't know. Maybe it is Dad's magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it is Dad's magazine.
That dirty slide neighbor seems to have framed poor Dad over here, and Mom seems to just be going with it at the expense of her relationship with Dad. Interesting. So, seeing Mom with that log earlier appears to have gotten to Dad pretty badly, and Dad's chores were able to hear thoughts running through his head. Here, he begins reassuring himself that he's better than Neighbor, and that Neighbor doesn't even shop at True Value, all while taking his anger out on this log. Something interesting in this video falls in the in low. When Dad's chopping away, the sound blurs out before a whisper is heard.
Blackout.
We miss you. Can you hear us? Dad, wake up. The heck is Andon? Going by the dialogue here, this voice was referring to this Andon character and Dad synonymously. Is this perhaps the real name of our dad, or some sort of victim that's entrapped in an everlasting sleep? Let's keep our eyes peeled for references to this guy from here on out.
No. I cannot feel it.
Road, there are no small jobs. No easy ways.
Potential collapse detected. Advise relocation to indicated safe zone.
Don't just hit the road. Own it. Conquer the wilderness on PlayStation 4.
Oh, Snow Runner. Interesting. My brain hurts. Ow.
Some people Dad feels bad. Family's been acting strange. Maybe it's just that Dad's in it. Maybe Dad is just jumping to conclusions. Hey, daughter. Who are you talking to?
Griffin.
Is Griffin your boyfriend?
Dad.
Well, what did I say?
You said one more thing.
Mom was talking to. Alright, side note. So now that we... Next upload, Fantasy Story opens up with the family all gathered and ready to go to the park. Weirdly, Dad seems to be cognitively absent up until the red orb pops in to wake him up. Immediately after being activated by the orb, Dad inquires on the book that Mom's holding, and she responds by saying it's just a fantasy story.
Just a little. What do you mean?
Net call. Supply drop incoming.
Dad seems off his axis in this one. Fifth year wide open? Where did this even come from? So, you guys remember that video earlier with Neighbor cutting the log in half? This next upload directly ties to that one. In Mom Home Alone, we're able to see her returning from somewhere she probably shouldn't have been, with a little souvenir.
Dad? Louder?
Cheetah, bonita.
Hey, Dad, how are you?
Hey, Dad doesn't feel great.
Why is that?
Mom's upset with Dad.
What did you do?
Dad didn't do anything.
Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone.
It's not mine.
You sure it's not yours?
Yes. Dad's never even seen. I don't know. Maybe it is Dad's magazine. Wow. Maybe it is Dad's magazine.
That dirty slide neighbor seems to have framed poor Dad over here, and Mom seems to just be going with it at the expense of her relationship with Dad. Interesting. So, seeing Mom with that log earlier appears to have gotten to Dad pretty badly. In Dad's chores, we're able to hear thoughts running through his head. Here, he begins reassuring himself that he's better than Neighbor, and that Neighbor doesn't even shop at True Value, all while taking his anger out on this
Circle
log.
collapse imminent. Get to
Something
safety.
interesting in this video falls in the end, though. When Dad's chopping away, the sound rings out before a whisper is heard. Who the heck is Andon? Going by the dialogue here, his voice was referring to this Andon character and Dad synonymously. Is this perhaps the real name of our Dad, or some sort of victim that's entrapped in an everlasting sleep? Let's keep our eyes peeled for references to this guy from here on out.
Be advised. Further collapse expected. Relocate to safe zone.
Maybe I should have seen
So in this one, titled Sneaking Out, we can hear Daughter scheming to get out of the house against the as well. In the follow-up to this, Dad can be seen sitting down, looking at the sales sheet for True Value Hardware, his favorite store ever.
Supply drop
Possibly referencing Neighbor in his pathetic shed, Dad sits there and reassures himself that everything he has is all around better. The one thing I want to point out here, though, is this message. See it? I rewired the server.
Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety.
Rewired the server, huh? Who did? Neighbor? Mom? Griffin? Or could this be someone that we haven't met yet? The video following this is largely symbolic in nature, and not much happens. We can see Dad enter the shop with a sled, presumably from True Value, before smashing it and taking a good, hard look at this tiny little model shed that clearly alludes to Neighbor. Clearly doesn't like it. This reinforces the notion that the video where Mom is home alone with Dad really didn't like it, just letting this anger build up inside of it. Alright, so Act 1 draws to a close with this next one, titled Dad Loves Mom. It's highly significant, and it throws every single assumption that I had about this entire series into a tailspin. Take a look. talks about loving Cheryl in the beginning, before both the red and blue orb pop in, seemingly breaking Dad completely. He goes from loving Cheryl to Diane, then to an Ella, before a total system rewind commences, dumping Dad into this futuristic cyberpunkian world. Wait, hold on. Run that back one more time, slow it down a bit, and play. Stop. Now what do we have here? Aha! A link. So heading over to this URL takes you to a video about planetary sounds. Let's have a listen. Wait a minute. So Dad's using the Kepler 22b planetary sound during the rewind portion. But why? Alright guys, so like we said, this was the end of the first act of the series. Just so we're all on the same page, let's do a quick recap. So we have a dad character that seems like he's trying a bit too hard to be your ordinary, average dad. He has a family that seems to do things without him, assuming some sort of level of control over his actions. A server is constantly referenced throughout, as if they're either working for, or are stuck in some sort of simulation. Orbs constantly pump in, preparing to activate and deactivate Dad on the whim. This food he eats appears to keep him locked in this robotic trance. Someone left a hidden message, saying that they rewired the server. Mom seems to be doing something behind the scenes with neighbor, leading Dad to resent him. Daughter strongly hinted at the fact as she's sneaking out to see a guy named Griffin, and Dad was going about his day in this video before being rewound all the way back to the events preceding everything that we've seen thus far. Furthermore, the sound that's played during this rewind is the exact same one that's emitted by this rogue planet, Kepler 22b. Damn, what the hell is going on? Coincidentally, the first video in Act 2, titled Be Titan, gives us some insight into that question. In this one, we're able to immediately see a nearby planet before the camera cuts to a desert. The person filming then approaches what appears to be a crash-landed astronaut on the ground before a man dressed in all black approaches him, revealing that this guy is... Nathan? Dad? Or could it be someone else? In the shots following this, a clear love interest that looks considerably different from Cheryl appears multiple times. We can note that the two both wear spacesuits at numerous times during the video, which leads me to assume that they were both astronauts. This leads me to wonder, though, is this the Andon that was referenced earlier in the series? Also, who's this other woman? Right before that rewind happened, Dad did mention an Ella, so this very well could be her. Anyway, at the end of this video, we see this man in black pick up the astronaut version of Nathan, or Andon, placing him on the ground with what appears to be Nathan himself, before driving off into the distance. Food is then shown, and then the video ends. Now, this one was pretty wild and had a ton to unpack. Rather than scratching our heads forever here, let's press the remainder of Act 2 to see if there's anything else we can dig up about this influx of people.
Potential collapse it.
I need some fucking Tylenol.
Ah, a new guy. This video's named Private. This guy's name is Carl. He speaks telepathically, and he's shown breaking into some facility. Clearly, he isn't supposed to be there, since he acts all nervous when peeking in, so I'm wondering what this facility might be. Could he, perhaps, be the one that was leaving those secret messages in the videos earlier, specifically the one that claimed that they rewired the server. It would make total sense if he did, as this video could very well be taking place concurrently to what we saw in Act 1, except this time, we're seeing a view outside of this server. The next video on the list is what I consider the most significant, and at the same time most trusting video so far, as it answers a ton of lingering questions that we've had for a while now. Take a look.
Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety.
Okay, so the wholesome part of that was that Dad bought Pancake's little towels. I, from now on, will forever call them little towels, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Alright, back to the Dad actually
Jesus!
Pancakes, but the tone of his voice when he says it conveys the idea that he doesn't really know how he knows that. He just does. Afterwards, he sits down in a sort of curiosity and tries to take a bite. Right after this, Mom stomps in, throws food on the table, puts it in his mouth, walks off while Dad sits there, completely forgetting about the pancakes while scarfing down his delicious can of food. Guys, we had the assumption that Mom was something behind the scenes earlier regarding this so-called server, and this episode all but confirms it. Also, the food that Dad eats every day does keep him locked in this scripted trance, doing only what he's supposed to do, not what he wants to.
I fucking hate this
leads
game.
me to the idea that, what if they're using this food as some way to control the Dad character? All of the underlying signs so far, from the help hand sign in the early uploads, to the hand on wake up message, to this man in black picking a long-haired dad-looking character up in the desert, to Carl breaking into a building to investigate, little towels, where Dad becomes curious, somehow knows what pancakes are, and then has food shoved down his throat before becoming robotic again. Everything is beginning to point to the idea that Dad is undoubtedly being controlled by this server for some reason or another.
Be advised,
Who's in charge?
further collapse expected.
Cheryl?
Relocate to safe zone.
This man in black. Or someone else.
Net call. Supply drop incoming.
Laszlo. This is a character that I'd say I know the absolute least about. In this one, the camera zooms into her face slowly before opening her eyes, revealing that they're red and blue. Just like something we've seen before. I do want to note something here. Dad has a trailer as one of the first videos of this channel. I touch on it because it's just that, a trailer. But there's one parallel that I want to draw here. This opening shot with Dad opening his eyes. Look at how he does
Circle
it.
collapse imminent. Get to safety.
They aren't red and blue like Laszlo's, but the both of them open their eyes without pupils, all while carrying this rudimentary form of speech. Could Laszlo perhaps be another person stuck in the server? I know you might be confused as to what I'm referring to when I say server in the context of this series, but bear with me. We're almost to the finish line, and we're going to drop some answers here.
Just stop, I
Daughter
fucking heard it a billion fucking times already.
Seemingly takes place immediately daughter can be seen out in the street at night, ready to hold up.
Nothing fucking ever changes.
Strangely,
I'm Jesus, why the fuck can't anything change?
That we saw prior. Up next is True Value.
Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone.
According to the credits, his name is Brothers. This guy, strangely, is actually a man by the name of Tom Flaherty, one of Nathan Barnett's real-life friends. Over on Tom's channel, he and Nathan made videos, live streams, lately, Tom's been claiming that Nathan's been acting strange in real life.
A lot of you know Brad Nathan Barnett, and I thought that we could talk about that on this channel. Just kind of like what's been going on with him lately.
By this point, this likely has something to do with Dad. Somehow, though, Tom's likely this server as well. According to him and his live streams, he's also unaware of how his face is being used within the confines of his YouTube channel and frequently consults with the community for help. Anyway, let's take a look. Hi Dad, welcome to True Value. Are you looking to get the tools you need for the right price? I am. I thought so. Here you go, Dad. How about a brand new mini sledge for free? Free? Yep. And a screwdriver gun, some nice paint, regular hammer, tape measure, a way out. What?
What a nice journey.
A way out? A way out of what? All Dad wanted to do was go shopping at his favorite hardware store ever, True Value. In a turn of events that would only happen in a dream, Dad was given free tools that would undoubtedly help in building, or obliterating, someone's shed. But, a way out? Where did that come from? The next video on the list is probably my favorite in the entire series. Cheryl takes Dad to a restaurant to celebrate his 40,000 subscribers and orders in none other than his favorite little towels.
Oh, wow. Little towels.
Congratulations, Dad.
Oh, thanks, man. I love you.
We love you too. Wait. You can't be complained.
Of course, the only safe way to keep Dad off script and contained here would be to smother those little towels in food sauce, huh? Sneaky, sneaky mom. Anyway, Dad eats his food while throwing out the occasional dad joke. Strangely, though, we see Mom and Daughter observe him eating his food, almost as if he's some sort of pet. Mom is really making sure he eats it. Also, take a look at this. Who's that guy in the background? Who's he talking to? Is that neighbor talking to the man in black? What? Shortly after this, neighbor comes over to talk with the family and greets Cheryl first.
Hey, Cheryl. You look nice. Hi, Dad. Daughter. How are you doing?
Hey, neighbor. Hey, when did you learn to speak with your mom?
Been practicing my telepathy so I can talk to my favorite family.
That's great, neighbor. But the way you speak sounds more like telepathetic to me.
Good dad joke, Dad.
No, yeah.
Neighbor, we're out celebrating Dad's 40,000 subscribers.
Wow, that's